Gravity. It's heavy. Gravity is the invisible pulling force that every object with mass exerts on every other object. Okay? Gravity is what is causing these skydivers to fall toward the ground once they jump out of the plane. You've experienced gravity all your life. It's what pulls you down toward Earth. Okay? The sun's gravity is what keeps all the planets in our solar system and all the other objects in our solar system orbiting around it. Okay, without the sun's gravity, Earth and all the other planets would not circle around the sun. They wouldn't orbit. They would go flying off out into space. But the sun's gravity keeps us from flying off into space, and it keeps us going around orbiting the sun. Okay. Even the smallest objects, like a pencil and a book, have gravity. However, they have such little mass that the amount of gravity between them is tiny. Okay, a book and a pencil has a tiny amount of mass compared to a planet or a star. So you can't even detect their gravity. But it's there because they have mass. The more mass an object has, the greater gravity it has. Okay, mass is the amount of matter in an object. Planets and stars have a lot of mass, so they have strong gravity. Your pencil and your books don't have much mass, so they don't have even enough gravity for you to detect. Okay? The sun has more mass than any object in the solar system, so it has the most gravity. All right? Actually, the sun, if you added up all the mass of all the objects, all the planets, everything in the solar system, including the sun's mass would be 99% of it. So it has a lot of mass compared to everything else in the solar system, so it has the most gravity. Earth has 6 times more mass than the moon, so Earth has 6 times more gravity. You weigh 6 times as much on Earth than you would on the moon. That's why the astronauts could bounce so high when they went to the moon. I don't know if you've ever seen a video of astronauts walking on the moon, but when they were walking on the moon, you see how high he can jump very easily, and when he's walking around, instead of walking, it's more like jumping, because the moon was smaller than Earth. It's 6 times smaller, so it had 6 times less gravity. So astronauts kind of bounced around when they were on the moon. Okay. And gravity, the distance also affects gravity. As objects move farther apart, the gravity between them decreases. That's why the sun's gravity doesn't pull us off the Earth, even though the sun's gravity is much stronger than Earth's gravity. Because we're closer to Earth, its gravity is strongest to us. So wouldn't that be weird if, when we orbited the sun, if we got closer to the sun's gravity would pull us off? But that doesn't happen, even though the sun has much stronger gravity than Earth. Because we're closer to Earth, we're standing on top of Earth, its gravity is the one that affects us the most.